So in this video, we're going to talk about why spiritual development and why your guys' spiritual development scares your haters away, average people away, all these types of things. Because it does happen. A lot of people stay stuck in life, bro. A lot of people stay in the exact same place, doing the exact same things, around the exact same people. And that is exactly what drives me nuts. I can't even live in the same place for more than it seems like a couple of years, like 4 or 5 tops. And it just starts to slowly eat me away that there's no bigger change or scenery. So when you develop yourself on a spiritual level, this is as high as it gets. This is as developed as it gets in your mind and soul. If you see people out and about at a gym, grocery stores, it could be anywhere, sporting events, anywhere, you will intimidate these people because they can just see your energy. They can see that this guy just knows things, or this girl just knows things just by the way you're looking at people, and they can see that you know something. And it's because you do know something, obviously more than they do. So if you are a chosen one watching this video, there's a good chance only you guys are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying, and the others just won't get it because the others refuse to break out of the societal norms. And that's exactly what we cannot stand to do, is to stay in the midst of all that type of stuff. You have to get out, bro. It's an absolutely better life. Getting out of the societal norms, being able to live on your own terms, do the things you want, be able to be free in the mind. And that is where you can develop, because you can't develop yourself, bro, if all your time and energy is going into your job, around a bunch of people you probably shouldn't be around. You can't think for yourself. You cannot think straight whatsoever. Like, all of these people and all these environments you find yourself in is trapping you. And you can no longer be yourself because you can't have that time to yourself. You become like the people you're around. You become like everybody else because you cannot elevate your mind. The most amount of spiritual growth I've ever made was when I was by myself the most. And the thing is, once you get there, you're never going to get away from it. It's always going to be there. Even if you did get around other people, you're easily going to be able to get it back. You might lose your sharpness a little bit if you get around people for too long when you develop yourself spiritually. But the second you start to get away, it comes right back. It comes directly back, and it's a beautiful feeling because you proved to yourself and you showed yourself you can be independent. You don't need nobody. Even if you find yourself around other people having a good time or whatever, you can still come back by yourself and be in good spirits because you know how to live by yourself. You know how to do things by yourself. You don't need friends. You don't need family. You don't need a relationship. You don't need anything but yourself because your mind is developed. It is a powerful thing. Being by yourself is freeing. Being by yourself is only freeing, I should say, if you've done the spiritual work. And this is why, bro, and here's the biggest point. This is why we scare average people. Because the fact that we are developed, when we start to get around people and they have to encounter us one-on-one, nothing goes unseen. You see who they are, they see who you are. Energy does not lie. You see those people, they see you, And they can tell you're on a whole different level. They can tell these things. They can feel your spirit. They can feel your aura. They can feel your energy. They can feel your confidence. They can feel your surety. They can feel all these things. They don't even want to believe that that is what is, but it is. And that's why so many average people struggle around a lot of you guys. When they're by themselves, when they're around their friends or whatever, bro, they don't struggle as much because they can start to act a fool around their friends. They gain more power being around one another. You gain more power being by yourself. So 1-to-1, you smoke them on a spiritual level, probably a physical, mental, spiritual, in every way, shape, and form type of thing, type of development. You smoke them all. And it's not because you're just some special mystical creature. It's because of the work you've done. It's like they live in their ego, bro. It's like these high schooler kid mentalities. That's how they live. They think they're better than they actually are, and they try to undervalue you and overvalue themselves, and that's exactly what ego is. It's not the reality of what is. The reality of what is the work you put in, is how far you get in the real world. That's reality. And most people today, bro, they want to believe certain things that aren't. They want to believe they're better than they actually are. There's nothing wrong with having confidence, but there comes a point where you are delusional. You're not that. And you're not on the way to being that because you're not doing what it takes to actually get there. That is the difference. You can get yourself to where you want to be, and you do it. They will try their hardest to downplay that, to make you look and feel less significant than you actually are. They try to make themselves feel more significant than they actually are. And it is wild. This is why we scare them so much, because when it's 1-to-1, bro, they can't act a fool around anybody else when it's just you and them. They can't do it. They have to face you now. If you get locked in an office with another man or something, you guys are having a one-on-one conversation, guess what? There's nobody else around. You can't look for nobody else to start acting a certain way with anybody else. You're right there, talking to that one person, and guess what? The truth is going to come out. The truth is going to come out when you're faced with somebody 1-to-1. Nothing is going to go unseen. The truth is just laid out there like nothing. And that's the thing about us and them. They don't like that. They don't like what's real. They like to think of things that are false. While we live in reality, while we do the work, while we develop ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, a lot of them don't. They don't do it. And so much truth, like so many things I've already said, comes to light. That's what they don't like. So, as a chosen one, any of you guys watching this video, you guys are going to know that you guys probably already have noticed all this stuff. Just like I have. Because when you're dead serious about improving yourself and your life, that's when you notice this stuff the most. Maybe not right away, but when you actually start to get results, and you're pretty far in your journey, that's when you notice the most. That's when you notice most people's playing around, and you're not playing around. And that is the difference here. That is the key difference. Most people's playing around. You're not playing around. You do things for real. You get up every single day, and you do the things you're supposed to do to get the result you want. They don't. You do. End of story. And we all come face to face. You can see everything unfold. And guess what? This stuff isn't even a big deal, bro. Like, who really cares, right? Some people do. Some people do really care. I don't try to have these engagements with these people. I don't try to stop my life for a second. They be the ones, bro, trying to, I don't want to say mean mug, because they're not trying to be tough in front of you to try to do something about it. They're just bitter. They're just upset. They're just mad. They're angry. And it's because you've done something with your life. And you've probably done a pretty good job of it. You've probably done a pretty good job of it. And deep inside themselves, bro, they know this. This is a powerful thing. When you level up, when you understand life, it's a powerful thing. You have the confidence, you got the swagger, you got the determination. You have every tool in your shed. You have what it takes. You've done what it took. You have become, because of your actions. So many people today is afraid to take action. So many people today is afraid to face themselves. They would rather be codependent. They would rather do those things. I'm not even gonna lie. Codependency scares me, bro. Being around people scares me. Like, in a term of having to be around people, like, in terms of it taking me away from myself, not actually the person, but me losing myself. Not fearing the person, but me losing myself around people for too long. Because I'm at my best when I'm by myself. And it would have to be people, bro, significantly above me in life for me to be able to be around those types of people to actually grow and evolve, because people where I come from just don't do it. Nobody does it for me. So that's the beautiful thing about life, though. We can pick and choose who we surround our minds with. We have YouTube. You guys can have me. There's other creators as well, and we can pick and choose who talks in our ear, and that's a very important thing. It's also very important to have time to yourself, to be able to think. Because if you're not thinking for yourself, you're nothing. You're a robot. You don't even exist. Like, what could you actually do? It's good to learn from people higher up, but what could you still do by yourself on your own? Because that's the whole point of listening to people in the first place, is so you can fend for yourself. That's the whole point of my videos. So I can give you guys many answers on many different things. The amount of calls I do, the amount of videos I do that opens people's eyes, that inspires people. It's all to get you going on your own. It's all to open your eyes to see what you have to do as a man or a woman. And that is what's going to build your life into what you want it to be. And that's what matters. We listen to people who we want to listen to because we're trying to get answers. We're trying to hear something that is just going to click in a way where we may never have heard it before. Maybe we couldn't be surrounded by the people we wanted in our lives. Maybe we came up short in those areas. Maybe our own family, our own friends, people we went to school with could not elevate us spiritually. So we have to be smart enough to get people who can assist in that, help with that, to get us going, to, wake you up to a higher understanding and a higher vision, so you can go on in life and do the things that you're supposed to do as a man or a woman. Us understanding this type of stuff in the first place, bro, is a higher level of understanding than like a massive percentage of people on earth. Because average people don't even think this way, bro. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how average people do it, because living that way for even a second, it just starts to make you feel like shit. Like, the higher road, the harder the work, bro, don't take it for granted. You are blessed. I am blessed. You are blessed. If you're putting in that type of work, you're blessed. Because it feels like dog shit, bro. Living like an average person. Not doing above average things, not eating above average foods, not exercising above average to elite. Like, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to do what it takes. And to me, it's easy, because what's hard is being average. What's hard is doing those types of things. And I call it average because it's what the average person is doing. It's not having this label, wanting to be narcissistic, oh, I'm all high and mighty. It's literally about the actions involved. It's how about you feel on the inside. It's not about thinking about words, average, high value, or anything like this. It's about the actions that make you feel a certain way. You can be completely at peace. You can be completely calm, completely relaxed, because of your work ethic, because of your spiritual development, because of your wisdom, because of all of your understanding, what you've been through, what you went through, how you understood it. But people don't dig deep enough to do these things, and that's all I ever wanted to do, was to dig deep, was to elevate myself and to get ahead in life. Because I like to do the work, bro. I don't shy away from the work. I don't feel right when I'm not doing the work. I feel right when I'm doing the work. I feel like shit if you don't get the work done. Even missing a day, even like missing a moment. It just don't feel right. This is why I struggle to travel, bro. It don't feel right. I feel right when I'm serving my purpose. That's how powerful a purpose is. That's how I know for a fact I am on my purpose. I am living my purpose, bro, because I have every opportunity to take the greatest vacation of all time. I could anytime I wanted to do it. I don't even care enough to. Will I ever take a vacation? Yeah, I'll take a vacation, but I don't feel inclined to do it, because I would anytime. I don't feel the need to really do that, because I'm on my purpose. People that feel the need to do those things more and go over here and go over there and go on vacation. I can't wait for the vacation. Like, bro, they have less purpose, far less purpose. Because when you have a purpose, bro, and you're passionate about what you're doing, that's what you want to do. And it's not that you don't want to do anything else. You just don't want to do anything else for that long. Like, you want to spend most of your time doing things that involve your purpose. You want to do things that involve growing as a human being, spiritually, mentally, physically, feeling better with the man or woman you are becoming and you have become already. Like, bro, I can't stress it enough. There's no greater feeling than that. It's not like a name of status. It's not because I'm going to hit 100K subs and it's just like this crazy thing. Like, it's how you feel inside from doing all the work you've done. It's who you've become, step by step, day by day. That is what feels good. That is what feels right. That's what it's all about. That is real spiritual development. And this is exactly what scares the average person away. I promise you guys, this is what it is. And it's because they have failed to do that type of work. They have failed to live the life you've lived. Not that they had to live the exact same way, but they have failed to do the work to elevate themselves, to incline themselves. They probably lived the whole time like, what do you call it? A consumer of everything. Go to the movies, go to the carnival, go here, go there, go over here, go over there. Instead of having daily routines and rituals, they're all over the place. They're just funky. They don't eat the right meals at the right times. They don't exercise. They don't take care of themselves. They're not on their purpose. They're not doing things that keep you, sharp. And you know what? You could afford to go to the movies or to a carnival or wherever you want to go. These are all random things. You could afford to do those things if you just put your shit first all the time. Because if you put your stuff first all the time, now you have a little bit of time to go and do something at the left or right field and then come right back to it. That's what people cannot do. They feel the need to take too many days off. They feel the need to take far too long of a break. And that's exactly when you come back to your work and you don't even like it. You hate it. And it's because you're distracted in a life of fun besides purpose. That is the problem. That is the issue. You gotta see the difference. That is why we scare average people, because they're not on the same wavelength. It's like we're so far ahead, it's not even funny. It's not even ridiculously funny. But with that being said, guys, that's the end of this video. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.